Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Tech Buddies podcast. 2024 has also come to an end, and overall, it was a mid year for smartphones, as quoted by JT Jones in the video we made with him on best smartphones of 2024. There were minimal upgrades year over year in the flagships, but the mid range phones launched this year were boy oh boy so value for money, with phones like the CMF Phone 1, Nothing Phone 2A, and Realme GT60 gaining limelight and becoming the best phones in their respective categories. Vivo saw tremendous growth as usual with the launch of a bunch of good smartphones, both in the high end and mid range, keeping them at the top of the lists in terms of smartphone sales. Samsung has had a poor past couple of years, but still stands strong at number 2 in terms of sales. Apple has seen huge growth in India in recent years, increasing their market share to almost 5% and a lot of growth in revenue. The main highlight of this year had to be AI, with all brands competing against each other to ultimately win the race, the goal to reach artificial general intelligence. OpenAI announced their Strawberry O1 model, which can show its reasoning. Google in response announced Gemini 2.0 Flash. OpenAI announced their video generation tool Sora, and Google in response announced Google Veo. Apple, the company known to launch features after 5 years of its Android competitors, was pressured to launch Apple Intelligence in a hurry, with most features being delayed. Meta also jumped into the race, launching Meta AI integrated into their apps like WhatsApp and Instagram, which was a nice touch. They also have their Llama models like Google's Gemini models. In all of this, Nvidia is minting money selling their GPUs, which are being used in these servers which run the AI models. Nvidia's stock price touched sky high values, so much so that Nvidia employees became millionaires overnight. Five Star also launched an interesting campaign related to AI with the tagline Make AI Mediocre Again, with a website in which you can give weird and funny answers to questions to confuse AI. The next few years will be all about AI. AI everywhere. Enough of AI, let's talk a bit about AR and VR. Last year, with the launch of the Apple Vision Pro, Apple rekindled people's interest in AR VR. 2024 saw continued progress in AR and VR, with Meta leading the way with the Meta Quest 3S. Standalone AR glasses also emerged, bringing AR closer to everyday use. AI integration enhanced VR AR experiences with features like real time translation and personalized content. Enterprise adoption grew in sectors like training and healthcare, with surgeons using the Apple Vision Pro to conduct surgeries and Ferrari using it to teach their service center employees about the details of the car so that they can improve their service and so on. Finally, a strong focus on improving user experience, addressing comfort and ergonomics was evident throughout the year. Next year seems to be more interesting, with Google announcing Android XR, their OS specifically for AR and VR applications, and even Samsung jumping into the game with their project Moon Star or something like that, which is their VR headset in competition to the Apple Vision Pro. So let's see what happens in the AR and VR space next year. 2024 saw significant advancements in robotics as well, a sector which many people had forgotten about. Humanoid robots became more sophisticated, and the Tesla robots were one of the examples of that. And also AI integration enhanced their capabilities. Robotics found increased applications in healthcare, manufacturing, and other sectors. However, ethical considerations regarding job displacement and safety also gained prominence. That's something natural with robots gaining the limelight. We also saw that a robot in China was able to influence another robot and kidnap him, so to say. So 2024 has kind of been like a good and like weird year for robots, and it's kind of scary to see all these news that one robot is able to kidnap another, and we are all ready for the human versus robot war. Moving on, coming to the smartphones. Before coming to the smartphones, let's look at some of the laptops launched over the year. Snapdragon launched their X Elite processors, which run based on the ARM architecture, and many laptops launched with this chip. And the focus of these laptops was efficiency. That is, to make sure that Windows laptops, which were usually infamous for poor battery life, changes and they get a better reputation. We also saw new AI chips from Intel and AMD, with the AI war continuing here too. Apple, on the other end, launched their M4 chips, which built significantly upon the M3 chips. It boasted a more advanced 3nm process, leading to up to a 20% performance increase in both single core and multi core tasks. The M4 also features a more powerful GPU and a significantly improved neural engine for enhanced AI performance. This translates to faster processing speed, smoother graphics, and significantly improved AI capabilities across Apple devices. Thanks to Apple Intelligence, we finally get MacBooks with a base RAM of 16 GB instead of 8 GB, which Apple used to give earlier, which was criminal, making the base configuration of their PCs, especially the M4 Mac Mini, a killer deal. We also saw the emergence of innovative form factors like foldable laptops from brands like Asus with their ZenBook Duo and Lenovo with another concept laptop, pushing the boundaries of laptop design. Now, let's come to the meat of the episode, a subject which is so popular in India that every product launched under this category is scrutinized like a hawk. And yes, I'm talking about smartphones. This time we'll do it a bit differently. I'll talk about the smartphones launched during the year, brand wise, and I'll try to highlight the points I liked and disliked about the brand this year. Let's start with the brand that has the highest market share, and if you were listening keenly to the episode till now, you would have gotten to know by now that it's Vivo. Vivo has had a great year in my opinion. They had a good flagship launch and a good mid-range launch as well, with the Vivo X100 and X200 series. Yes, smartphone cycles have gotten quicker unfortunately. So we have both X100 and X200 within the same year, and Vivo V40 series and even the Vivo T3 Ultra. Vivo has good service with over 600 plus service centers, and from what I have seen online, they provide a really good experience for their customers in the service centers. However, where Vivo is still lacking is their budget phones, especially the Y series, which I think is pushed a lot in the offline markets. Although they may be driving sales, I think Vivo can improve the experience or features of that phone series. Another thing which keeps users away from Vivo phones, especially in the high end, is FunTouch OS. They really need to remove bloatwares, hot apps, hot games in their flagship phones and refine it so that when a person is spending over 50,000 or 60,000 rupees, they get an experience that justifies that price. Moving on to Samsung. Samsung has had a very sloppy year, as has been the case in the past few years, especially after the pandemic. The S24 Ultra did not meet expectations, especially in the camera department. However, the phone is still excellent with the anti-glare display being a highlight, and One UI is everyone's favorite Android skin. How can you forget about Galaxy AI being one of the most complete experiences without any delays? Looking at you, Apple. However, their mid-range lineup is still a mess, with phones that have Exynos processors which aren't as powerful, and the price at which they launch is absurd to say the least. The only decent mid-range Samsung phone which I can think of could be one of the M series phones, and only because it comes with a really big 6000 mAh battery, and if you're someone who wants a good battery backup, then you can consider this phone. Coming to Motorola, I think Motorola won the most improved award in most smartphone awards this year, including ours, and deservingly so. Motorola has been listening to consumer feedback and working on it relentlessly. An example of the same is the improvements Motorola has made to their cameras after feedback from reviewers. They have also rebranded Moto UI, or whatever it was called before, into Hello UI and included some AI features as well as privacy features like Moto Secure. We had the same problem with Motorola last year, and it carries on to this year as well, and that is Motorola is very bad at providing timely updates. They are promising 5 years of updates, but their delivery is still very slow. However, a silver lining could be that one of Motorola's phones has gotten the Android 15 update even before Samsung has rolled out One UI 7 to their phones. Hopefully next year things will be more quicker in terms of updates for Motorola. Let's talk about Nothing. Nothing has had a good year with blockbuster hits like the Nothing Phone 2A and the CMF Phone 1. However, their audio products haven't been as much of a hit, with their prices having a slight premium for what they offer instead of being more competitive. They also made the weird choice of launching the Nothing Phone 2A Plus a few months after the Phone 2A with a better chip, a slightly larger battery, and a better camera, which is kinda a snub to all those people who had bought the Phone 2A at launch. Nothing OS has improved a lot with features like widgets. There was this widget in which you could have like a shared widget with two people. So if you want to have a widget that counts the steps and you want to have a competition between two people, then you can set up a widget like that. And there's also the new snake game widget, which a lot of people are liking. And there's also a new gallery app, and they're focusing on a lot of stuff in the OS. So that's really good by nothing. And Android 15 has already been rolled out to Nothing Phone 2A users. So Nothing is doing an excellent job in terms of software and even hardware in that way. Since we've talked about Nothing, naturally the next brand has to be OnePlus. OnePlus has had a bad year in 2024 with the green line issues and motherboard issues plaguing their older phones and even their new phones. They had good launches with the OnePlus 12 and even the OnePlus Nord CE4. At the same time, we had launches like the OnePlus Nord CE4 Lite with the same chipset as the OnePlus Nord CE3 Lite and Nord CE2 Lite, which is just outrageous. Towards the end of the year, OnePlus announced their Project Starlight, addressing the green line issue head on, providing lifetime warranty and even changing the display tech so that the green line issue doesn't happen in the first place. They're also expanding their service centers, so hopefully they can bounce back next year. They're also investing a significant amount of money, 6,000 crores they say, over the next 3 years. So hopefully all of this can help them bounce back. Apple has also had a pretty sloppy year, with Apple rushing the launch of Apple Intelligence, announcing it all the way back in June, but all the features are coming in March of next year in the stable further updates of iOS 18. This made the iPhone 16 series launch also not as popular as the previous iPhone series. Apple's focus on services, though, is paying off for them, in my opinion, because they have good offers in their services. For example, they provide free Apple TV Plus along with the Apple Music student plan, with which you can get access to both Apple Music and Apple TV Plus at just rupees 59 per month, which I think is a really value deal. Last but not the least, let's talk about the brands which work more in the budget segment, like Lava, Infinix, and Techno. And all of these brands are doing a good job with their budget phones, especially under 10,000 and under 20,000, like the Lava Agni 3 under 20,000. It comes with the display at the back, which is a first in the segment. And the Infinix GT series is a performance oriented lineup, and Techno also have their cheapest foldables with the Techno Phantom V Fold and V Fold 2, V Flip, and V Flip 2, and so on. So these brands are also doing a good job. Before closing out the episode, I also want to talk about the YouTube channel and the podcast this year. I feel this year was a great year for us personally, especially on YouTube. Both long form and short form views were at an all time high, and this year we crossed the overall view mark of 100,000. We've been trying new things on the channel, like the Arc browser video where we compared the Arc browser to the other browsers, which personally I didn't think it would do well, but it got like 600 views. And then the Apple Watch tips video, which we uploaded recently, which currently has 350 views. We also tried to upload more reviews and comparisons, which were well received too. Another thing we have been focusing on is car related content. Like I got Navneet to do a car and bike podcast with me twice this year, and both the episode did decently well. And I think that's something we have naturally branched out to. Another thing I want to address is the AI shorts. So Gautam was busy the past couple of months with his exams and stuff. So I was using InVideo.ai to create a bunch of AI shorts and upload them. That way, keeping the channel alive and also providing you guys with interesting information. And I'm happy to report that almost all of them have been clocking 400 plus views consistently. Having said that, I know some of you guys don't like it. So moving forward, we'll try to have like a healthy mix of both AI shots and normal shots. So as Gautam gets a bit free now that his exams are done, he can make more of the normal shots, like the non-AI ones. And as and when I come across any interesting tech news, then I'll use AI to make a shot and upload that. So that way you get best of both worlds. But going off the script, I think reaching 100,000 overall views was like one of a significant milestone for us. I remember at the start of the year in January, we were at around 50,000 total views, and by the end of the year, we have crossed 100,000 views. So that's something which is kind of like hard to think about for us, considering that first of all we're like a very small channel, and I mean the YouTube algorithm has its ups and downs, and I think this year was a really up year for us. And imagining like 100,000 people, that's 1 lakh people have viewed any of our content, it means like a lot to us. Especially since this year we've been focusing a lot also on the YouTube channel. Like I said, we're trying new things, and next year also is going to be similar. We're going to focus on what we've done this year and improve on that. There'll be more car content coming up. Me and Gautam are planning something like the reviews of our cars. We have the Hyundai Exter and the Baleno, comparison between those two. Something's cooking up. So if you're listening to the episode till here, just do one help for us. Write your feedback about the channel and what type of content you want to see on the channel next year, and that would be really helpful for us to get an idea about what you guys want to see as well. So on that note, I think thanks a lot once again to everyone who watches our videos, likes them, takes the effort to comment on them, or even share them. Thanks a lot. It means a lot to us, and keep doing this for all the videos, because it helps in the algorithm. The more you like, the more you comment, the algorithm understands that you like the video and it shares it to more people. So this is the last episode for this year, and time just flies by and the year has already come to an end. Catch you guys in a brand new episode next year, and that's it for this year. Maybe in the comments you can also let us know which was your best episode or best video which you watched from our side this year. On that note, this is Atharv signing off. Bye.